What is your American dream?
I'm from the Philippines. My American dream is to have a job wherein I can help people to achieve their dreams, which is the most important thing for me.
I'm American. I was born in New York, and my American dream is to constantly learn and grow and use whatever God's given me to help as many people as I can.
I'm from Belgium, and my American dream is to bring laughter and joy into people's lives through comedy.
My family background is West Indian with roots in Curacao, Guyana, and Puerto Rico. My American dream is to live in a country where everybody loves and respects one another.
My background is Irish and African American. My American dream would be to make enough to live a happy and fulfilling life.
Everyone has a right to the American dream.
Well, Spar and Bernstein has been nothing but great to me throughout my trials. I mean, it's 5 years into this car accident, and they never gave up on me, never. And in everything, they fought for me, and I am so proud to tell everyone, don't even wink for a moment. It's you, Spar and Bernstein. My lawyer here, Mr. Barack, has been a cage animal. He wanted to go on trial, but thank God we settled out of court, and it was something that I'm very, very happy about. So everyone, I'm telling you, I'm not just making stories up. You have to use this law firm. Spar and Bernstein is the best, worldwide best.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Worldwide best. Worldwide best.
Coming to a theater near you.
Coming to a theater near you. The Brad and Squeeze Show.
Right. Only can see it in the movie theater now. You want to go to the Brad and Squeeze Show, you got to go to the movie theater.
Yeah, like
People used to do that back in the 70s, like for the live events. I remember going with my father when I was a little kid to see Evel Knievel jump the Snake Mountain, you know, in his rocket. Remember that guy, Evel Knievel?
Yeah.
Right, and I remember going to the movie theater because that was the only place you could watch it live. You had to buy the movie ticket, and it was live in the movie theater. And then we sat there and we watched him not make it. And I'm like, damn, we paid all this money and all this thing, and the guy doesn't even make it across the Snake River.
Let me just put it this way, man. First of all,
that was totally,
man.
You remember that?
No, I'm just thinking. Some people do some crazy things.
Crazy things?
Yeah.
Like try to jump the Snake River.
You know what's the craziest thing I've done? And
What?
after doing it, I said I must have been out of my effing mind.
What?
I went to South Africa.
Yeah, I went to South Africa. You went shark diving.
I went
I know
shark diving.
what you're going to tell me.
I was in a freaking cage.
Yes.
It's huge, like
Right.
maybe 30-footer.
Right, and you go
White shark.
and they like start putting like red meat all over the place.
Yeah,
right?
and the sharks are circling the cage. And here I'm saying, I'm a black man in this cage with a few white people. The shark is going to go for the dark meat first.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Juicier. The white meat's always dry, of course.
Why am I even here?
That's right.
You know, I'm like, what am I doing? I
Right.
must be stupid.
Get me out of here.
Yeah. and
Do you realize the only thing?
You know what the worst
The only
thing
thing
was about
separating.
that?
The only thing separating
It's just the cage.
is a competent cage man who actually closed
Yeah.
it. Imagine like the guy was like not competent, he didn't close it, and he goes, "Oh, whoops!" And all of a sudden the shark kind of like goes right into the thing.
And
that
then-
actually happened in Costa Rica, by the way, last week. A woman. We don't have the graphics, but a woman, a lady on Wall Street went diving in Costa Rica and got eaten by sharks. And the fiance, who was also on Wall Street here in New York, was complaining that the tour operator in Costa Rica did nothing to protect this woman from the sharks, so that when they went scuba diving and the sharks started to attack, then they knew they were in shark-infested waters. They didn't go with any guns, harpoons, nothing to scare the sharks away. And everyone just watched this woman get eaten by the shark. And it was just in the news last week. That could have been you in the cage. I remember when I was in Costa Rica, and I have nothing against Costa Ricans by any stretch of the imagination. I love Costa Ricans.
Disclaimer.
Just the safety precautions there are a little not as desirable, say, as safety precautions in the United States. And you want to know why, by the way?
Why?
Because in the United States, there's something called negligence lawyers, and there's actually negligence law. So if a company does something and doesn't do something reasonable to protect you, that's why the safety in the United States is so far superior than in many other countries, although obviously it's not a completely safe society.
Nope.
But that's why the safety is so much a higher level of safety on work construction sites, on streets, in cars, and everything else, because there are lawyers like me who sue people who act unreasonably. In Costa Rica, okay, I'll give you a perfect example, and then I'm going to tell you about Costa Rica. I fell off a bridge in Mexico. Did you know that story?
Yeah, I noticed.
Okay,
But
so
let me say this.
I fell off the bridge.
Hold on, Brad.
Yeah, okay.
You pick yourself up and you go to swim in shark-infested waters.
Right.
With a tour operator.
Correct.
Knowing that there are sharks out there that eat people and they
Yes.
love people meat.
Yes.
And you get eaten, and then you should have some recourse legally.
No, not in that particular case. No.
Okay, I'm just saying.
Because I assume you're assuming the risk, but I'm saying there's other times that you can take reasonable precautions. Like I will give you, like when I was in Mexico, for example.
Yeah.
Okay, I years ago, as a single man, I may have had.
Still single.
I am still single, right?
Okay.
I may have had too much to drink one day, and as I was walking across a footbridge, I slipped, and there was no guardrails on the bridge.
Right.
I just went flying over the side.
I remember the story.
Right, and I had to come back, and I broke my leg and have surgery.
And what was your recourse?
The recourse in Mexico is like 3 bottles of tequila. Like there's like very little negligence law in Mexico. So I mean, there's no incentive for businesses and companies and individuals to make anything safe. Because that law applies rather than in the United States, even though I was able to bring a lawsuit in the United States because the company, the hotel where I went to, advertises in the United States, so we were allowed to bring a lawsuit in the United States, but since the accident happened in Mexico, Mexican law applied.
The all crazy thing I did was same place in South Africa. I jumped out of a plane.
That's also crazy.
I jumped out of a plane.
No wonder you didn't like
just
South
about
Africa.
15,000 feet. But you want to know what?
What?
Now that I think about it, why I did those crazy things, the people that were jumping out of the plane with me were all beautiful models. And the same thing with a shark. They're all beautiful models.
So
I was willing to give up my life.
So Squeeze is now basically just bragging about hanging out with beautiful models.
Who were willing to die with me? I'm sorry.
You know. But I remember going back to Costa Rica. You ever go zip lining?
Yep.
Okay, so this is going back in the day, like 15 years ago. You go zip lining in Costa Rica. I don't know what it's like now, but you're literally high up in the trees. I mean, like hundreds and hundreds of feet up in the air on a platform that's like barely. I have a 9.5 shoe that my 9.5 shoe could barely fit on, and you're not strapped into anything. You're just waiting for the guy to come and put the hook on you. So literally, if you lean over too far, you're going over the side into the jungle.
Strapped hook, lean
nothing,
over the side.
Correct. You're going over the side.
Yeah.
So my kids to this day, I kept yelling at them because they were little. I kept, hug the tree, hug the tree, hug the tree. So that's my Costa Rica story.
Anyway, folks, welcome to the Brad and Squeeze Show. The number to call to get your immigration questions answered happens to be 1-800-LAW-LINK. That is 1-800-529-5465. As we talk about our crazy experiences. 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. And out of the two of us, which one of us do you believe have had a recent crazy experience? So what's going to be your next crazy experience?
We will see. Meanwhile, do you know what Webster's just came out today with the word of the year?
Feminist.
Feminism, very close.
Feminism.
You read this. Jill produced the show for you today.
No,
very good. Yes. There was the most looked up word increase in looked up word between 2016 and 2017. So the word, it's based on what is the percentage increase in looking up the definition of the word from 2016 to 2017. And in 2017, more people, the highest increase in word that was looked up was feminism, which means, according to the Webster Dictionary, do you want to define feminism, or would you like me to define it for you?
Why don't you?
Okay, Webster says it's the theory of the political, economic, and social equality of the sexes, and organized activities on behalf of women's rights and interests. So feminism is about equality.
At least you have, you're complicit.
I am complicit. Yes.
That's
and
the
by
word
the
of
way,
the
there's
day.
747 jumbo jets fighting the California wildfires. Apparently, it is the largest firefighting vehicle in the world. They load up this fire retardant liquid in a 747. Do we have a picture of it? It was kind of cool. And they fly the jet low over the fire, and they just literally, imagine how much they pack. I mean, you've been in a 747, pretty big plane.
Yep.
I look at, and they just unload the whole plane from the pilot back. That's pretty crazy what they do.
Well, at least they're finally getting it going.
Yes. All right, Squeeze.
Wonderful news!
Can you ask people to share, because we're about to get into our immigration segment?
Okay, 1-800-529-5465. This is where you actually call us up, whether you're listening to 93.5 WVIP or viewing us on the Facebook page, Brad and Squeeze. So call us up, 1-800-529-5465, and also, you know, same number, but you can also place your questions on the Facebook page, Brad and Squeeze. However, share the page, please. Share it on your timeline first. Then if you know of any other groups that may be interested or not, still share it there. You never know. All right, 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. Call us up. Brad's ready to answer your question. He's the attorney that's going to be answering the questions. I just hang out, you know. That's it.
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 That's a zit? Is that what you're saying?
Zit. Zit.
Zit?
Say because.
Because. Because. That's it. All right. 1-800-529-5.
Let's get to the phone lines. All right.
You ever do one of these?
Conan used to do that.
Yeah.
Conan did.
Is that what he did? Yeah. No, this is my signature thing. What is that? That you look like?
What?
What's that? You look like a guy at a Michael Jackson concert.
No, man.
Dancing along.
1-800-529.
When you were young, you ever go to a Michael Jackson concert and everyone's trying to do his moves while he's doing them? You know, like the guy, everybody's trying to dance like him in the seats, and it's just not working out.
Michael Jackson. Who's bad?
Yeah, I loved him.
As an
entertainer. Mm-hmm. I remember going to his concert and everybody in front of me is trying to dance like him.
I still think he's one of the world's greatest entertainers.
As an entertainer, yes. As other things, we don't know.
We don't know.
We don't know. We don't know that.
Well, we know about Roy Moore.
Roy Moore. I don't know what's happening with that. We'll see.
Any updates on that?
Well, the polls close at 8 o'clock, so they're not going to announce anything till.
Are they close or anything?
No, they close at 8 o'clock.
No, are they close? I mean,
nobody announces what's happening till 8 o'clock. We will not know until tomorrow whether America is good or just really, really bad. I mean, it's good versus evil. I mean, pedophile versus guy. It's basically, should I vote for the pedophile, the racist, the bigot, or should I vote for a guy who actually prosecuted a cold case 30 years after the fact, dug it out, spent his time and effort prosecuting a cold case against a Ku Klux Klan member or members who had in cold blood murdered 4 young black girls in the 1960s? Who should be a champion of justice, or I don't even know how there's a choice here. How is there even a choice, Squeeze? Should I vote for the champion of justice,
I don't even know why
or should I vote for a pedophile?
I don't even know why you're asking.
It's so stupid. I can't begin to tell you.
The answer is obvious.
The answer is obvious at a theater near you. I can't do the movie thing.
I can do a movie thing.
Mm-hmm.
Coming to a theater near you.
Okay.
The Brad and Squeeze Show.
Yes.
Don't call it the BS show.
It is not the BS show. All right, so let's go,
let's go to the phone
Ryan.
lines.
Ryan, how are you?
Ryan, how you feeling, man?
I'm doing good. How are you guys doing?
Good. What's
I'm
up?
doing great. We're here shooting the breeze.
That's what we do. We shoot the breeze until we decide it's time for immigration.
All right. I have two questions for you guys.
Sure.
Okay.
My brother, over 10 years ago, he tried to come into the United States from Jamaica with fraud documents. He was sent back. Is it possible for him to apply for a visa in Jamaica now? And if yes, how would he go about that?
Well, if he's going to try for a non-immigrant visa, he's going to have a really hard time. I mean, there's non-immigrant visa waivers, but they're very difficult to get. If he committed fraud, he has a permanent bar. So unless he's going to be sponsored by a spouse or a parent where you can overcome the permanent bar with a waiver, he's going to have a hard time coming back.
Oh, okay.
All right, he needs a consultation. That's really where it starts.
Yep, that's exactly where we start.
Okay.
And another question is, how long does a VAWA-approved green card normally take?
Over a year, less than 2.
Over a year?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
All right.
1-800.
Yes, thank you very much.
529-5465.
That's what I was looking for.
If
I didn't want you to. I didn't want you to attack me and say I'm doing your job.
Hey,
so
listen,
like,
it wouldn't be the first time, you know, and it won't be last time. I'm quite sure, you know. If there's anyone out there that have any kind of questions in reference to immigration, now is the time to actually call 1-800-529-5465. Now, I know what you're thinking. Listening to 93.5 and watching us on Facebook Live at Brad and Squeeze show page, I know what you're thinking. You're sitting on your backside. You know what that is?
Tookus.
Okay. And you're saying, it's the 12th day of December.
12th.
I'm not thinking about anything to do with immigration. I'm thinking about holidays. I'm thinking about shopping. I'm thinking about spending. I'm thinking about all of that. But seriously.
But after the spending, you better call USA Credit Repair.
No.
I don't know where you're getting
More
with this.
importantly, if you're out of status, you actually should be addressing that first. Get your priorities in order. Some of us ignore our priorities. Now, you don't know what this orange guy in the White House, without saying his name, is going to do come January. Now, if I know this guy in any way, shape, or form, he's going to do something. He's very unpredictable, and that's just my opinion.
You think immigrants are going to get a Christmas gift and it's not going to be wrapped in a bow?
He's been, for lack of a better term, I can't say that on the radio. But listen, he's been screwing people literally. So, you know, people call 1-800-529-5465. Ask a question.
And by the way, all the people who were just on hold who hung up, please call back.
Yeah.
All right. 1-800-529-5465. Idowu. Idowu. Is that the name?
Yes.
Yes. Idowu.
Hi, good afternoon.
How are you, sir?
I'm good. How are you?
Where are you from?
I'm from Brooklyn, New York.
You're from Brooklyn. Where are you originally from?
Lean back.
You sir?
Where are you originally from?
I'm from Africa.
Where in Africa?
Nigeria.
Nigeria is in the house. North of South Africa, where Squeeze went swimming with the sharks. Okay, what are we going to do for you, sir, today?
Yeah, I have a little problem, and I want to hear what to do from you.
Sure.
Like, I got married, but after I got my working authorization, me and my wife, we have an issue because she got kid before. So I later find out that she's not like I found out, but and I catch her with a baby father who she had a baby with before. So
Whoa. All right. So you and your wife got together, you had children, and now you catch her with the baby father that she had kids with before she was cheating on you? Is that what you're saying to me?
Yeah. Yeah.
How did you catch her?
And
1 second. How did you catch her?
I met her, and she told me before that her baby father used to come and visit his son. And I said, okay.
That's nice. The baby father comes and visits, but then he was getting a little extracurricular activities with her?
He was visiting, all right.
Is that what happened?
Yeah, I met two of them in my room.
They were in your room?
Hold on.
Whoa.
Yeah.
The point is, did you catch her in the act?
Yes, in his room.
No, but being in a room is not.
They were together in the room in his bed. That's what he's saying.
No, he never said that.
Yes. What? Let me.
Yeah,
yes. I'm telling you what he said.
No, he never said that.
But that's what he's saying.
No.
I even told her mother, and her mother said she can decide what she wants by herself because she's grown.
No, I do it. Did you see them in the act of intercourse?
Isn't that a little personal?
Actually, I'm a man.
Right.
The way I saw them, I know what's going on.
You know what's going on.
Okay.
And I told
so
her,
so let me ask you a question.
didn't.
Stop right there. What was your reaction? Did you freak out or you walked it off? Because this is important.
Yeah.
Because we want everyone to walk it off. You walk it off.
Yeah.
Right.
And I go into my car. I went there to.
Smart.
I went
Smart.
there, and
Hashtag
the following day she packed her stuff, and she moved away. So I went to her mother and I told.
With your child, she took the child with her.
Sir?
Okay. Now, all right. So she moved with the child to another place in Brooklyn, or where?
Yeah, she moved away. She packed some of her clothes, and she moved away with the child. So, and I went to her mother. I told her mother. Her mother said she's grown. She can decide what she wants.
That is
so
true.
On my interview day, I went there by myself with my lawyer, and they interviewed me about my student visa because I came with student visa, but I went to school for a while, but I dropped out because I'm paying as an international student. And later, because the money is much for me. And
wait. You went on your interview for your green card. The wife left, packed up, took your kid with her. You went on the interview alone. Now, Now, obviously, it's a real marriage because they had a child together.
No, we don't have kids together. She got only one kid first.
I see. I misunderstood. Okay, so you went on the interview.
I went. Yeah, but
wasn't the first question, where's your wife?
Yeah, that's what they told me. They said, "Where's your wife?"
Right.
And I said, "She don't come with me. We have some issue." And the guy said, "Okay, he's gonna interview me." And we went inside the office, and he was asking me about my student visa, that why I dropped out, and I explained to him that I dropped out when we got married. But he told me that he's gonna get back to me, but I didn't hear anything.
You're not getting your green card. You showed up without a wife. They interviewed you only to determine if there was fraud, and they wanted to charge you with fraud or not, but you were never getting a green card. You are not getting a green card. You're either going to be denied, and that'll be it, or you'll be denied and put in deportation. Now, what you need to do is have a conversation with a good attorney to determine in the totality of what your wife did to you, said to you, her actions, her words, her tone, if in its totality it would equal to some sort of extreme and unusual emotional abuse. If it is, then you should be filing a VAWA application. If it's not, you should be getting a divorce immediately and finding another way to get a green card, because you're not getting a green card through this case.
Oh.
All right. So so I'm not sure why your lawyer. If you're showing up to an interview without your spouse, you better be showing up for the purpose of doing a VAWA case. There's no purpose in showing up. Only bad things will happen. They're not giving you a green card if you don't show up with your spouse. So hold on one second.
Oh.
You need help. Hold on one second, okay?
All right. Once again, folks, the number is 1-800-529-5465. Once again, welcome to the Brad and Squeeze Show.
And by the way, Nicola Jackson, she's getting dirty here in the Facebook comments.
I don't even want to know what she said.
She is getting dirty in the Facebook comments.
I don't want to know what she said.
Oh my God.
I'm not even
making me laugh a little bit. I'll try to keep my composure.
1-800-529-5465. Have you kept your composure lately?
Yes, I have.
Good.
Yes, I have.
1-800-LAWLINK. Let's go to another call at 1-800-529-5465.
Right. So this guy is Ta from Istanbul, Turkey. Ta?
Yes. Hello, I'm here.
How are you, Ta, from Istanbul? How'd you find out about the show?
Oh, I am watching on Facebook.
Oh, wonderful. Facebook goes everywhere.
Yes.
Sure
Okay,
does.
good. Mr.
Yeah, it goes everywhere.
Mr. Edrigan has not stopped our show from going into Turkey yet. Very good. Glad to hear. All right, what can we do to help you today?
That's really.
Yes.
Yes, I want to actually start out by telling you what the situation is,
Sure.
and then I'm going to ask you a question.
Okay.
Is that enough time? I have enough time for this, right?
I don't know.
Okay,
I don't know how long the situation's going to take.
You don't know how much time, but I'm just going to try to talk as fast as possible, and you can understand. Okay.
Fine.
Okay.
Ready and go.
This is my case. My husband, he's from Yemen. One of the countries that was banned by Trump.
Yes.
This is the reason why I'm concerned. He in 2010 he overstayed his visa, which is a J1 student visa. He overstayed it.
Yeah, did he have a 2-year home residence requirement?
He was deported.
He was deported to Yemen.
Come again?
He was deported to Yemen.
Yeah, he was deported. Yes, he was deported back home in 2010 in April with a voluntary departure from the judge. He gave him, like, you go to jail first, and then he pay you. I mean, like, you pay the judge, and then you get, like that, okay? And then he at the time of his departure, he had got married to one lady in America, but and they had a kid or something, but it didn't work out. So the wife wanted a divorce. That's his case. That he did have a case in America. So I want to know now is that we've been married for.
How did you meet him?
Well, I met him. I met him online. So yeah, I met him in Turkey.
You met him in Turkey. Do you live in Turkey, or you met him online and then?
Yeah, I live in Turkey.
Or you went to visit him in Turkey?
Yeah, we met him online. I met him online, and then I went to Turkey.
And now you live in. So now you live in Turkey with him, and you would like to ultimately bring him back to. Right. So he's from Yemen.
Yes.
He was ordered deported.
Yes.
So that's strike number one. Strike number two is Donald Trump doesn't like people from Yemen and barred them. Number two. And number three, and then number three, he's already gone through a marriage case. They said it didn't work out, and they sent him home. And of course, he took a voluntary departure.
The marriage case didn't work out, so his
he
wife
took a voluntary departure.
She filed a divorce. They filed a divorce for him.
So this is what we're going to need to do. Okay, number one, we will. I mean, this is going to be a process. Okay, especially coming from Yemen. Okay, it's going to be a huge process. Okay, number one. We have to get the records about his deportation. See what happened. Okay, make sure
deportation. Right. Yes, he has all those things.
I know. I will get.
He has all the.
I will get it. What you have is a piece of paper saying voluntary departure, but you don't have an entire file. Okay. Once I get the file.
Oh, the file. Oh, okay.
Okay. Listen. Just listen. Okay. Then we will file a visa petition for him, knowing what happened. Now that visa petition may or may not be approved, but depending on where we are with the Muslim ban at that point, in about 2 or 3 months from now, that visa petition may have to go all the way up into a federal court to argue it out. I don't know. I don't know where the politics of Muslim ban and Trump ban and Yemen, where they're all going to intersect, and where they're all going to intersect in a few months. So we don't. We don't know. We don't know. So the answer is first I have to get all the records, then come up with a game plan and say, okay, A, then B, then C, and if we don't get to B, then we have to appeal to XYZ, whatever it is. But this is going to be a process to get this man back. Okay? It starts with a consultation. Hold on 1 second. Okay.
1-800-529-5465. Once again, 1-800-529-5465. The Brad and Squeeze Show. All right? I'm glad you're enjoying that.
Pauline Williams did not like our last caller. She said some folks deserve to be cheated on. This guy knew that heck what was going on. There's more than one side to a story. So Idola, Pauline Williams, not a big fan of Idola. Actually coming down hard on Idola on Facebook. Pauline Williams. What do you think?
1-800-LAWLINK.
I'm just reading as we go along.
I know. I'm like,
some people just coming down hard on the guy.
I learn a long time ago.
Coming down hard on him.
I can't be biased, so
Right. Well, I don't know. Well, you got to take opinions somewhere.
Yeah. 1-800-529-5465.
Yes. All right. So let's find our social media queen.
Yep.
Kim in our social media room, and let's see what immigration questions people have left on the Brad and Squeeze Facebook page.
Yep.
Hello!
Hello! The Cancun girl.
Did you go to Cancun? Is that why you called in sick? You look a little red today.
It. I
you
did
look
a
little,
one day.
You look a little red. You can do it. It's 3 hours. You look a little red.
It must be it, and not the insane stuffiness.
Yeah.
It was my Cancun.
It was your Cancun. Yeah.
Did you go shark diving?
No, I'm not one of those crazy, and I hate to say it, but normally it is a crazy white person thing to do, and I am not one of those crazy people. I do not.
And by the way, I just want to remind everybody who's watching right now, please leave your immigration questions right now on the Brad and Squeeze page.
Absolutely.
Please share this to all of your friends' pages. Press the share button, leave it on your timeline. Let them know that we are taking your immigration questions right now in our rapid fire round. I am going to talk for 30 seconds about absolutely nothing, which gives everybody enough time to share this page onto their timeline and leave a question on our Brad and Squeeze Facebook page. It also gives people who are listening on WVIP 93.5 enough time to pull over, get on Facebook, and also leave your question and also share it with your friends before you start driving again. We don't like you to use your phone and drive at the same time, because then you would need Paul Hirsch and David Moreno when you get arrested, or Moshe when you get into an accident. All right, so are we ready? Did I waste enough time and give everybody an opportunity to share?
No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
I did not give enough people time.
You didn't ask them to share enough.
I did not ask them to share enough. So what I'd like everybody to do, Kim, why are we so much taller than you?
Because you guys are just a tall bunch.
Here we go.
No. I'm not. Squeeze is going to lower himself, but I will still be taller than everybody.
I'll never lower myself.
You would never lower yourself. All right, everybody, please share right now while we go into our rapid fire round. You ready?
All right, 1-800-LAWLING, folks. 1-800-529-5465. As Brad noted, please do place your questions on the Facebook page, Brad and Squeeze, now. So this way, Kim can get them in as quickly as possible. If not, you'll be left out. All right, so let's get going. Kim.
Marie Allen wants to know, I have a question. My friend of mine's husband filed for her here and some paperwork that they sent to immigration. They went in for the interview. The husband said something wrong. How is immigration going to do an investigation? They said that she said it was fraud. Can she still get through even if she is now getting divorced from her husband? Whew.
Well, if they think it's a marriage fraud, you never get a green card for the rest of your life. You need an attorney in a client-privileged attorney situation. Not like Don Trump Jr., who likes to talk to his father and his lawyer in a telephone conversation, because that is not attorney-client privileged.
Okay.
Simona would like to know, if your mother files for you and your case reaches the visa office, do you still have to do the change of address if you move?
Yes.
Katrina would like to know, a friend of mine married a lady from Haiti here in the U.S. on the K-1 visa. She left the U.S. and did not receive her green card, and now she's not coming back. He wants to do the K-1 visa process again. What does he need to do to rectify the situation with the first K-1 visa?
Is it with the same woman?
Yeah.
So he came, they didn't get married, he went home, and then they said, okay, let's get together again?
Yes.
Huh. Sounds like a familiar story.
Yep.
I've heard that one before.
We have.
Many times.
Many times.
Yes. You got to file an I-129 again. Start again. Start the process again.
We have an update. It is with a different woman.
With a different woman. So then, yes, the new woman has to file an I-129, and he's going to have to go to the U.S. Embassy. They're going to question the validity of the first relationship and be prepared to be asked questions why that marriage didn't work out and proof that you were coming here on a bona fide intent. But certainly you can prove a second marriage. You're allowed to fall in love, fall out of love, and fall back in love.
You are?
You are? You are. That apparently also, I've heard that story.
Yeah, yes. Sir. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What else, social media queen?
Punchy wants to know.
Punchy. I've heard people want to do some punchies lately too.
Punchy.
Yes. Right. Punch me or punchy?
Punchy.
Punchy. Got it.
I hope not punch me.
No, not
I don't
punch
feel
me.
like we've heard.
Yeah. I don't think I should be punched. Yeah.
No.
Right.
Punchy wants to know.
Violence.
Squeeze does not believe in violence, and I feel I've been punched enough.
Yeah.
Right. Continue.
The pacifist and the punchy.
Correct.
I'd like to know if after you submit your documents to immigration, can the spouse cancel it?
Yes.
We've got some marital problems today.
A lot of marital issues, Squeeze. People apparently
and infidelity.
People apparently have trouble staying and getting along.
Yeah.
Over the holiday season, it should be a season of joy and love, yet it always ends up being a season of absolute, pure chaos and drama. And then it ends up in divorce in January and February. You need to speak to Megan.
It's happening right in front of our eyes
Happening
right
right
here.
in front of your eyes.
You know?
I was just about to ask that. Didn't you guys say the other day that people get the most divorces in January and
yes.
February?
People just get so angry over the holidays. I don't know why.
It's just, I'm done with it.
And it's supposed to be such a joyful time of candy canes and sugar and happiness, but apparently it's not.
The world.
Yes. As Squeeze says, single bells, single bells.
Single all the way. Oh, what fun.
So Angola
Angola's back. She was here earlier.
Back. So her priority date is January 30th of this year. She is married to a U.S. citizen and lives in Brooklyn. When can she expect an interview date?
She should have already. Don't know what she did wrong.
Oof,
She should come see us.
Yeah, absolutely. Punchy has a follow-up question. If your house was evicted from his apartment that you shared together...
Wait, if your house was evicted from the apartment?
I was about to say, what?
No, if your spouse...
Oh, spouse.
Hired house.
If your spouse, like the house was evicted from the apartment. What?
Would be complicated.
Yeah, if the spouse was evicted from the apartment, why are you still there? Wouldn't you have been evicted as well?
Kind of what I thought.
Yes.
That's...
Either everybody gets evicted or nobody gets evicted.
Yeah, right?
No one, they can't just evict one person.
We
out of the
all
house,
go
right?
and nobody goes. Punchy, remember that.
Solidarity. Quick question from Vulcan about
Vulcan.
a planet.
Yes.
A
What is? What
Yeah,
is it?
the planet Vulcan.
Yeah.
Where Spock is from.
Yes, that's where Spock
Yes.
is from, right? Vulcan.
Question about the 212 form with a 601A provisional waiver.
that's way too
How does this work? I want to do it, and I cannot wait for a FOIA request. They don't answer me.
Because you need a FOIA from EOIR if you've been ordered deported. That's why you would need a 212 waiver. And the EOIR FOIA takes about 8 weeks, so I'm not sure why it should be taking you so long. But you need to do a 212 waiver, and then you need to do an I-601A provisional waiver. And it's all done through the help of an attorney, not through your own devices.
Can I interject?
You may interject.
We need more shares.
We need more shares. Not enough shares.
No.
The sharing...
I just wanted to do that. With,
why don't you tell people how to share, maybe?
you know, everybody, Brad, you're very good with your thumb. Why don't you tell them? But I just want people to share on their timeline, you know, share on pages, share in groups.
And then you go...
Help us all out, you know.
It's
Brad Squad,
it's
Team
this
Squeeze.
move, and then that move.
You know,
that's it.
That's all I'm
so
saying.
simple.
That's very, very important that
Go
you
share,
you know.
and then to where?
Let me tell you exactly
Share.
how many shares we have.
To where?
Okay, because, you know, Kim, how many more questions you've got?
I have 2 more questions.
2 more questions.
We have 48 shares, Brad.
That's terrible. And then we have Carmela coming up and Jenny, so we got to keep moving.
Yeah, keep
Let's
moving.
go.
Okay. Christopher wants to know, if you're 245I, do you have to go back to Jamaica for an interview?
No.
Nicola wants to know, how long does an I-130 take to be approved? The priority date is August 7th of 2017 for a 9-year-old that was filed for by his stepfather, who's an American citizen.
Should take 9-10 months.
Okay. We have gotten through all of our social media.
Thank you very much. All right. So let's talk USA Credit and get Carmela in the hot seat. Squeeze, USA Credit.
I say call 1-800-872-7177. Everybody out there, every single soul that's listening right now, how about if you get a free copy of your credit report, a free consultation, find out what's in your credit before you get into 2018.
That sounds great.
1-800-872-7177. Easily remembered, 1-800-USA-7177. Call right now. We've got 127 people standing by to pull your credit and let you know exactly what's in your credit
Big
report.
operation.
Even if it's excellent.
It's a big operation.
Big operation.
Yeah.
All right?
They don't mess around there at USA Credit.
They don't screw around. Squeeze is no joke.
No joke.
Yeah.
Squeeze is no joke.
Squeeze is no joke.
No joke.
Yeah.
And neither is USA Credit Repair. Call them right now, 1-800-872-7177. Free credit repair. for the first 30 days, 90-day money-back guarantee as long as you follow their protocol. And also now, while supplies last, well, there are no supplies, but I always like to say that now while supplies last.
Conditions apply.
While conditions apply.
Conditions apply.
Okay, that's better. Now, while conditions apply, free credit report as well. Call right now, 1-800-872-7177, 1-800-USA-7177. Your credit's below 700. You call them right now. You need USA Credit Repair. It's not like you think you need them. You need them. Call right now, 1-800-872-7177, 1-800-872-7177, 1-800-USA-7177, 1-800-872-7177. And now let's find Carmela, who is here to talk about, Squeeze, the biggest two misconceptions in all of tax law. In all of tax law, the two biggest misconceptions.
What are those?
One is if you are out of status, you cannot pay your taxes. Not true. You can pay your taxes. Two, that if you are out of status, you cannot start a business. Not true. You can start a business and also pay your taxes. Both not true. Let's see if we can find keep talking for 1 second. So, you know,
why do you repeat everything the producer says?
Because it's like, I don't know, she sounds really smart.
Yeah, the people say, what is
there she is!
Hello,
there
Carmela!
She is!
How are you?
There she is!
How are you?
There she is!
We are ready for you. Tell us how you can help a lot of folks out there.
Carmela,
Sure.
you're a tax attorney, right?
Yeah.
Yes, I am.
All
Good
right.
afternoon, everyone.
We gotta move right along here. Question for you, tax attorney Carmela Waldron here at Spar and Bernstein. Can undocumented immigrants own their own business?
Yes. All they need is the EIN number.
How do they get the EIN number?
By hiring an attorney to register their business.
And what is the EIN number? Let's be a little specific.
Sure. The EIN number is used so the IRS know when you file your tax returns the name that is associated to your business, and you use that number to file your taxes.
So anybody out of status can get an employment identification number and file their tax returns if they have their own business. What if they're self-employed? It's not their own business. They kind of just do their own self-employment. They don't they don't really have a business incorporated or anything like that.
Okay, they can file what is called an ITIN number. An ITIN number is used to file tax returns. And also you can have an ITIN numbers if you want to also claim your spouse and also any dependent children as well.
So you can...
And the reason...
Yeah, go ahead.
I was about to say, the reason why you want to do this is that if you're undocumented, you have a history of showing that you filed taxes. So when you apply for citizenship.
Even if the spouse and children don't have a social security number, you can still declare them? What if it's a family of undocumented? So everybody would get it.
You just need an ITIN number.
Everybody would get it.
I'm quite sure a burning question also is, by paying your taxes, does this help in your immigration process?
It doesn't hurt.
Okay.
It certainly doesn't hurt you. Okay. I've never seen anybody who pays their taxes and say, damn, that really screwed up my immigration. Okay?
Right.
Now, it may not help you per se, depending on what case you're doing, but never will it hurt you. It may cost you some money, but you know what? You're following the rules, you're following the laws, and there are ways to do it.
But do they get the same benefits as
they do not
generic
get the same,
taxpayers?
They do not, because the money that they pay into the system, they don't get back in Social Security, or they don't get back in, you know, as a tax refund until they get a Social Security number.
But they're allowed certain deductions, though, right?
They're allowed certain deductions, though. For example, the child tax credit, if this tax bill does not pass, yes, you could claim child tax credits and standardized deductions, and also definitely other credits that you're allowed to have.
Why would anyone need you as an attorney to actually deal with their tax problems?
Very good question, Squeeze.
I know.
Yes. Excellent.
Because there's certain issues that may come up that you definitely need an attorney to help negotiate to settle your tax debt, to lower your taxes.
So what's complicated about it?
Yeah.
Sure. Like, for example, someone that is self-employed or owns their own business, the IRS wants to see profit and loss statements for several months. So if you hire an attorney like myself, I could prepare those statements to show to the IRS that this person does not make enough money to pay the taxes that is owed, and that they should reach a settlement.
Yeah. And by the way, if you're in a deportation process, it absolutely is imperative that you have taxes and show you pay taxes to show good moral character and that you're following the rules. That's one time that you would always need to show your taxes. Now, Carmela, you are a tax attorney here at Spar and Bernstein. The way to reach Carmela is 1-800-529-5465. That's the same number to call to get on our show. 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-LAW-LINK, 1-800-529-5465. Tell us about a real-life success story that you have so maybe people could say, hey, that sounds like me.
Okay, sure. I had a client actually referral from one of the immigration attorneys. She was a housekeeper, and she had not filed taxes for 5 years. So she filed taxes, and she owed about $10,000
Who
in taxes.
did she file her taxes through you or through somebody else?
Yes, through me.
Okay, so she came to you. She's a housekeeper. She's undocumented. She's cleaning homes.
Yeah.
Maybe she's somebody's nanny full time. Who knows? And she said, "I'd like to file taxes." She filed 5 years back. Owes 10 grand. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of.
Yes.
That's a lot of Windex to go through.
Right.
Okay, to pay those for a housekeeper. Now.
Right, and that's why I'm saying hiring a tax attorney. I was able to prepare the profit and loss statements as well because she's self-employed. And long story short, she got a settlement for $100, and with that settlement, she was able to move forward. And she just recently obtained a citizenship of her U.S. citizenship recently.
Wow!
The reason why I know is that she sent a thank you letter to the immigration attorney here at the firm, and also to myself.
At least they have one effect to the production group.
Yes, we like it. You know what? The crowd, I think it's actually a standing ovation. I still hear the crowd going. The crowd's going crazy.
I like
the crowd is going crazy. A housekeeper, basically, that's as hard a work as you could get. She owed $10,000 in taxes, needed to file these taxes to get her green card or green card status, and said, holy cow, I owe $10,000 in taxes, and Carmela turned it into $100 and filed all these taxes based on employment that was undocumented employment, that she did not have a social security number, and eventually was able to show these tax returns and be able to get her green card and subsequently become a citizen and say thank you to us all. The crowd, Carmela,
goes wild.
Goes wild.
Thank you.
The crowd goes wild. Very good. And for everybody to reach Carmela, again, the telephone number is 1-800-529-5465. Really good attorney here at Spar and Bernstein. And it's good that you come in, that people understand taxes a little bit, especially when it comes to immigration. And by the way, you are fabulous on Facebook Live, isn't she?
Yes, she is.
She's fabulous.
Oh, thank you.
Fabulous. Fabulous.
Excellent.
All right. Thank you very much, Carmela.
Thanks a lot, Carmela.
All right. Carmela Walren, our tax attorney here at Spar and Bernstein, 1-800-529-5465. We have Jenny Kim coming up about waivers. Everybody always wants to know about waivers, about criminal records. Everybody wants to know about waivers, about deportation, how you go about it, how you come back, how you get a green card. Jenny Kim is getting in the social media hot seat right now. While she does, let's see our most recent For Education video.
Okay.
And there we are.
How long after I get married can I file for my spouse?
You can file for your spouse the next day, and you should. People think that they should wait because somehow it's going to make it look like it's more of a real marriage. Quite frankly, if you're in a real marriage, it's going to be real if you file the day after you get married, and it's going to be real if you file 6 months after you get married, and it's going to be real if you file 1 year after you get married. So you might as well file right after you get married. If, on the other hand, it is something other than a real marriage, whether you wait 1 day to file, 6 months to file, or a year to file, I can almost assure you, you will not get through. The Immigration Service will figure it out, so you're only hurting yourself and fooling yourself. Quite frankly, don't outsmart anybody. Don't try to outsmart yourself. If you're married and you want a green card, get married, file right away.
And we are back!
We are back!
And of course, we're going to another attorney here
Jenny
at the law
Kim.
offices of Spar and Bernstein.
The ever wonderful.
An immigration attorney
An
also.
immigration attorney, ever wonderful. We're talking with Jenny. Hello!
Hi, guys.
How are you? So Jenny.
Good. How are you?
We only have about 6 minutes, so we got to move fast here along your thing here. So Jenny Kim's talking about waivers of inadmissibility, especially when we're talking about people with violent criminal offenses. Okay. You know, a lot of times people are in the wrong place at the wrong time. I'd like to hear this. Sometimes they're in the right place at the right time. Sometimes they made a mistake once. Maybe it was even a long time ago, but they have a violent crime. And now their family members want them to get a green card. We get those questions all the time.
Well, let me jump it off by saying what constitutes to a violent crime, Jenny?
Well, for example, if there's, let's say, an assault conviction that it involves a weapon, some sort of injury. You know, for example, in Jamaica, unlawful wounding, a conviction for unlawful wounding is considered a violent crime. But it really depends on the facts and circumstances of the case. But we've been seeing a lot of requests for additional evidence recently from after we file waivers applications, whereby extended periods of time have passed, sometimes more than the 15 years that you have just to show reformation of character, whereby it should be an easier waiver application. And immigration officer wants to hold these individuals to a higher standard. So rather than the extreme hardship standard, you're looking at an exceptional and unusual hardship standard.
So for violent crimes, even that are more than 15 years old, immigration's making the wrong legal determination. 15 years should be easier. Exactly. So if your crimes are more than 15 years old, you should have an easier waiver, and they're holding you to even sometimes a higher standard, which is why you need good lawyers to call them out.
Yeah.
What crime? Squeeze knows this answer, and anybody who has been a listener of this show or a viewer of this show for some time knows the answer to this question. What's the only crime you can't get a waiver for? Squeeze? Drugs.
Squeeze?
Drugs.
He said it, drugs. He's heard that enough. He's heard that enough. Believe me, you can get a waiver for murder, but you can't get a waiver for drugs.
Yeah.
That's like getting away. That's like getting away with murder. How sad that is. Right?
It is, it is.
What if the crime's committed overseas or in the United States? Does it make a difference?
It does not matter. We have so many clients that come to us for assistance with their cases. They don't disclose to us arrests that occurred outside the United States because they think, hey, it happened outside the U.S. Who cares? It doesn't matter, but it so does matter.
And they're going to find out.
And the U.S. government always finds out. Always finds out.
You're not going to fool the U.S. government too often.
No.
All right? Sometimes, once in a blue moon, you slip through the cracks. But, you know, most of the time, you ain't fooling them. So you might as well come clean ahead of time. Because when they discover it, you're now in a bigger heap of trouble because you misrepresented yourself.
And we're always in a better position to be able to properly prepare cases if we know about the incidents prior to go ahead and filing something and then filing out afterwards, and we're just surprised, taken aback by it. So,
what is the process? Because this is the question everybody asks, because they always call up on the Brad and Squeeze show all the time. What's the process you have to go through to get these waivers? You know, I committed a crime. What's the process you have to go through?
Well, depends whether you're here in the United States, whether you're outside the United States. The procedure itself is different, but the standard is always the same: extreme hardship to a qualifying family member. It could be emotional, medical, psychological, physical, financial hardship, and it's just all about documentation because a lot of times it's just adjudicated. The decision is made by an immigration officer just based on paper.
They don't get to see anybody.
No, if you're abroad and you're applying for a green card through the U.S. Embassy, you have to apply for the waiver after your green card interview. You attend the embassy interview and then you submit the waiver, and it's adjudicated here in the States. And the immigration officer never speaks to anybody, not a single soul. That's why it's so important to go ahead and prepare really, really good statements from both the individual that needs the waiver as well as the family members.
And the key thing when Jenny says good statements, and this is the key thing for everybody to remember. The immigration officer who adjudicates your waiver for your violent crime never meets you and never meets your family. So you are a name and a number to them. That is it. A good attorney is not going to show you as a name and a number. A good attorney is going to show you as a human being with emotions, with issues, and with problems, and paint a picture of a real person.
Most definitely. It's about telling a really good story and, showing the immigration officer that ultimately this individual made a mistake and, you can explain the circumstances most definitely of the arrest or whatever, reason why they need the waiver, and just being able to tell a story, a good one.
Right, and you only have one opportunity to file a waiver. It's not like you get multiple chances.
Right. Let me ask you something. Should a client be upfront with their attorney on everything where their convictions is concerned, or what it is that they
yes,
have
most definitely,
in the
it's
closet?
important. No, you have to be upfront because we're in a better position to assist people when they are upfront, rather than we find out about something at the tail end of it. It's occurred to us where I go on a green card interview here in the States with a married couple, and at the interview it comes out that the individual needs a waiver. Then we only have about 30 days to submit the waiver because that's the amount of time that the immigration official gives to us.
Instead of preparing this well in advance, months and months and months. Tell us about a quick story, success story you did with a waiver. People always say, can you really get green cards after you commit a crime? Tell us a story that you were able to help people.
Yeah, most recently I submitted a waiver application for an individual that resides in Jamaica, had a conviction in Canada when he was 19 years old back in the 90s for, it was attempted theft, assault with a weapon. And again, this individual, like we talked about before, was held to the higher standard. And we were able to go ahead and get the waiver application approved. Everything is submitted on paper, proof that the wife was going to suffer, and all the reasons why he needed to come to the U.S., all the reasons why he was reformed.
Well, great job, Jenny. Great job as
Solid
always.
job.
Great
Solid
job.
job.
Solid job
Thank
explaining
you.
all of this. Solid job getting that client his green card as well from a conviction that happened a long time ago. Up the crowd. The crowd is still here. They're going crazy.
That's all the people that's in front of us here, folks. We have an audience, a studio audience.
All right, we are out of here. We're out of time. Thank you very much, Jenny. We'll see you all tomorrow.
Thank you so much for joining us, folks. Catch up with you next time. Let's make this legal. The proceeding was informational only and not specific legal advice. Consult an attorney about your individual situation. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome in the future. To make an appointment with the Spar and Bernstein Law Firm located at 225 Broadway in New York City, call 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. Easily remembered, 1-800-LAWLINK. That's 1-800-LAWLINK. Once again, make a call to 1-800-529-5465. And of course, link up with the law offices of Spar and Bernstein located at 225 Broadway on the 5th floor. If I were you out there, make the call, make the link, make the connection, make it Spar and Bernstein. 1-800-LAWLINK. That's 1-800-529-5465.
What are you doing?